This is Trans Africa Radio.
Thank you so much for coming
welcome,
through.
you're welcome.
So Jazmine is part of a group of ladies called Fierce More.
Yes.
I was fortunate enough to be part of one of your events that was happening in Northwest
yes. How did you
Province.
find that?
It was a beautiful event. Like it's a great thing because ladies are getting more in touch with their sexual selves.
They are.
And it's something that needs to be done a little bit more often.
Yeah.
So let's not feel shy about being sexual beings.
Yes, it would be so nice to sit around the table as a family and just have a conversation about sex and sexuality and intimacy.
Yeah. That is a beautiful, beautiful thing.
That's true. And the word Fierce More is about you and identifying the fierce woman in you. And that's how we all come together from the aspect of the health part of it, how you look on the outside, and having intimacy with yourself before you can even have intimacy with the next person. And then from there, that's when Owache can come in and coaching you in terms of your relationship with your spouse. So it's just creating the whole fierce woman in you. That is how we all come together. We also do passion parties, like your girls' night out, and also we'll do some one-on-one what do you call this? One-on-one lap dancing.
Oh, girl,
yes. So come on, you experienced it and you're like a pro in it.
My mom's listening.
It's okay. We're just girls having fun. We are allowed to have fun.
Well, mommy, I don't lap dance, okay? Like, I'm still very pure and innocent.
It's actually, if you take it seriously, it's actually a good workout.
It actually is.
It's quite a good workout. It's just that it's got some sexy elements to it.
In it, yeah.
Yeah, but why can't you look sexy while you're working out?
Why not?
Who the heck said that is wrong, okay?
So being an intimacy coach or being a sex expert, so are they two different things, or is it like one thing combined into one thing just under two different names?
They all got together.
Okay.
They all got together. But I always say it all starts with you first. It starts with you. That's where the intimacy starts first, with yourself, before the action part of it, which is the sex. Okay. So if I can just tell you what being an intimacy coach is, it's about.
What's an intimacy coach?
Intimacy coaching, it's about me helping you become more of yourself. Yes, more in tune with yourself, and me supporting you throughout this journey of your most intimate self-discovery of yourself. It's about learning through pleasure.
Okay.
Pleasure all the way. It's about finding out what you want and how to ask for it.
Okay.
Because that's also very important.
It's not just sit there.
No, you don't just sit there. But what we've also noticed that the problem is people are under pressure with giving pleasure.
So they're under pressure
with giving pleasure. And that's also because they don't even know their own pleasure.
So basically, I as Kea maybe have had two previous partners.
Yes.
And I'm assuming that's what I like.
Yes.
But meantime, it's not really that's what I like. But because I'm in a relationship right now,
we gotta let other people define our pleasures for us.
Okay.
Which is another problem that we have come out with. And the solution is to actually just to dive deep into your intimate self, all around, meaning spiritually, physically, mentally. Go deep into that and find, or should I rather say, unpack it for yourself.
Okay.
What is it that makes you you? What gives you pleasure?
So you as Jazmine are going to work more for me as an individual than for maybe me and my partner. So you want
me to start with you first, and then we can bring your partner on board.
Okay.
Because as women, we have sex with our mind, body, and soul, everything. And if your mind is not in it, trust me, your body is not gonna be a part of it. And then you end up having what you call a by the way sex. You know what is the by the way sex? You're just lying there and you're thinking, oh my God, I gotta get up in the morning. In 2 hour time, can we just bang bang and go?
Yeah.
And it's more than that. I'd like for people to look forward to actually the whole sexual experience. Yeah. Because it's fun if you do it the right way.
It's not
and you
just
have to be
deed.
present.
Yeah.
Be present. Half the time people are absent or they are presently involved in giving you pleasure than receiving pleasure.
Okay.
So you need to give yourself permission to receive and enjoy it. And it is wonderful now that we are in the generation that men are open-minded now. It's not like before.
Not all of them.
Men are open. No. They're getting there. They're getting there where they're open-minded in allowing you to have pleasure. It gives men so much pleasure to watch you receiving pleasure.
Okay.
You know, you don't want somebody just going to be lying there and you don't know, am I doing it right? Am I doing it wrong? Be engaging. It's you communicating also. There's so much spirits that are moving around in that space. So much energy, rather, not spirits. So much energy that is moving in that room. But you miss it if you're not present.
If you're not present
at all. So what we will do together, I will introduce you to a host, or rather a variety of playful methods, of some products that will help you in this journey of discovery. We don't know where it's going to take you, but I always look forward to engaging with my clients in this journey of discovery in terms of sexual pleasure. And we hold you accountable. It's not my job. I'm just there to hold your hand and to assist you in this journey, but you must also account.
So I can't make you cross the road.
No,
I can help you.
I can help you.
Yeah,
I can help you. You know, and when it comes to intimacy, nobody can explain it to you. You have to discover it for yourself. It's like giving birth. Everybody's got their own stories. It's like reaching an orgasm. You can't really explain it to the next person because it's so personal.
Yeah.
And you need to discover it yourself.
Okay.
Yes.
On that note, let's play some music. If you do have some questions for Jazmine, +27792544329 is the WhatsApp line. Hit me up on Twitter as well. Kea Ncube is my Twitter handle. Of course, at TransAfrica872. She's an intimacy coach. She wants you to get one with yourself. Allow yourself to feel the greatness.
I know, the ecstasy of that kind of pleasure.
Go outside.
Jazmine is her name. Intimacy coaching is her game.
Let me school you.
Please school us. Thank you so much for coming through. The one question that I didn't get into that I should have actually gotten into. Okay. Why did you decide to become an intimacy coach?
I'm a scientist by background.
Okay.
That's what I studied and everything. And after I got married, I understood that sex, it plays a very big role in a relationship / marriage. But now my question was, how come nobody talks about it openly? What is this thing about? And what worried me is that that's a playtime for us as a couple. But it's so left behind and it's so neglected in a marriage, and a lot of marriages, they fall apart because of it also.
Yeah.
Okay? People define marriage as boring because, one, we stop playing. Two, we stop talking about it, where at first we used to talk about it a little bit, and we used to explore. So we kind of put that at the back seat with the cellulite and the children and everything else. So I decided to just go on this journey of why is it still such a taboo that we cannot have such conversations with our adults?
Yeah.
Why are we not talking about this in the church? Most importantly, why is it that other couples find it even difficult to communicate this subject with their spouses?
With each other?
With each other. Why are we not talking about this thing? Okay? One, they don't know how to talk about it. Two, they are afraid of being judged.
I think that's always like, for me, like say when I'm in a new relationship, that for me is always like, this person's gonna judge me.
You see now,
yeah.
You already, and you know with judgment, you already judge yourself first before the next person judges you, and half the time they don't even judge you. Okay, and I believe like in a marriage we say till death do us part. You know how long death is. Like it's like so far away, especially in a bad sexual relationship. You know, they don't die quickly. So,
wow, Jazmine.
So imagine if you're like married for like 50 years and you're experiencing bad sex. That's just sucks for you. It sucks to be you at that time.
Goodness me.
And we don't talk about it. And half the time as women, we wait for the men to be the first ones to teach us things. And people are curious, but they want to know, but they don't know who to ask. And we have your adult shops. When you get in an adult shop, you find that guy with tattoos and long hair, and already you're feeling uncomfortable going in there. And you find variety of products in there, and you don't even know what to ask. You don't even know which aisle to start off with, and you just want to run away. Yeah. So I wanted to bridge that gap and say, let's come together in the privacy of our own space as women or as a couple, and let's talk about this. Let me teach you how to even bring a vibrator into the bedroom, and the right one, where your partner is not going to think like, woman, what the hell
are you doing
Do
right
you
now?
Understand? And remember when I said people, what we kind of trained, and we are under pressure to give pleasure. We focus on the next person, but we neglect our own needs. Yeah. Okay. So I'm like there to help you to voice your own needs. Like, it's okay to voice your own need to your partner. So I became that, and I practiced that. The whole intimacy program. To also understand, it had to start with me first, getting comfortable. First of all, I'm a black woman. So culturally and traditionally, we don't openly talk about this. Yeah. Secondly, I'm a Christian. Oh my God. You know? So it was like you can't put sex and God on the same sentence.
But you must procreate.
Or about, and that's the thing. That's the thing.
You must procreate.
You know, but why can't you have fun doing it? Yeah. Why can't we have fun doing it? What's wrong with bringing a lubricant into the bedroom? There's nothing wrong with that, but you need to understand and talk about it with your partner. You know, there's nothing wrong with you. You know, some people think when they're experiencing dry sex, there's something wrong with them. Honey, we all experience dry sex for a variety of reasons. It can be hormones, it can be the medication that you're taking. You know?
Or you're just not feeling the person.
Or you're just not feeling the person. Okay? You're just not in the mood. You had a long day. And it's been 5 days you've been denying him the cookie jar. And you're thinking, oh my God, I need to serve this man. Because especially like when you're coming from a background of Christianity, they'll say, submit. Yeah. You know, give it to him. But you're like, oh my God. But you also train men that women need foreplay. Yeah. So I also teach women how to teach men foreplay. Okay. Okay? And the importance of touching. Nobody gets to talk about these things, and not a lot of people are teaching women how to teach men to cater to their needs. But a man is not going to know as a black woman.
When you say that,
but you know what's so funny? It's not actually just about black women. Yeah. Also with you find your Muslims, you find your Afrikaners, they're very also conservative. From the beginning you're thinking, these things are only for white people. Trust me, even the Afrikaans people, they don't talk about this as much as we think they do. You'll be so surprised. I've engaged with a lot of races. Yeah. And it's the same case. And we all go through the same problems as women when it comes to sexuality and sexual health and intimacy. So I always say you can't teach what you don't know. So you need to know and figure it out. And we're going to go through this journey together. And then you can teach your partner just that. So that's how I became interested in this whole thing. In becoming intimacy coach and a sex expert. So it started off with me, and I actually did work for a sex shop. Yeah. Because I wanted to know more.
And how was that?
It was fun.
Giving people tips.
It was fun. But at first I didn't really know much, and they were willing to teach me, especially when it comes to your lubricants, when it comes to your vibrators. There's so many of them. Do you even know the history of vibrators?
Well, I read a lot. Yeah. So I heard it it's like way back in the day.
It does.
Like it goes from way back in the day.
Yes.
There's candles sometimes people use, which is not very hygienic in life.
There's what?
Candles.
Candles.
Yes, I've heard about candles. But from back in the day, I saw a picture and I was just like, wow.
No, vibrators come a long way. I'm not going to go deep into it, but I'll just tell the listeners that watch the movie called Hysteria. It does give you a bit of a background on how vibrators came about. And where we kind of lost it, because it was not called really a vibrator before. It was called a vaginal stimulator to treat an illness called hysteria that women were going through.
Yes.
Okay. So women could own two things. Actually, it was three things. They could own a pen, iron, and a vibrator.
And meantime, I'm going through hysteria. meantime.
Don't worry, we will sort you out, darling. We will sort you out.
Meantime.
You must just always pick the right toy or right accessory for yourself.
Yeah. And how was the journey for yourself, like discovering your intimate self?
It's been wonderful.
And you're still learning each and every single day.
I am. There's always something new to discover. And it actually, maybe let me use the word, humbles or excites me when a client comes back to me and say, oh my God,
Jazmine,
you know, I did this and I did that and this is how it made me feel. Oh my word, I actually orgasmed like 4 times, you know, because if I can ask you, how many times you think a woman can reach an orgasm? Just how many times a woman can climax?
I think it's countless.
It is countless.
Yeah, I don't think there actually is a number to it.
It's as many times as you allow your body to.
Oh, girl.
So you allow yourself. So what we do most of the time, you kind of come and you get like, okay, I'm done. You come. It's your turn now. You know.
Your turn now.
But you can do it over and over and over again, especially if you've got the right partner.
Okay.
Who listens to you, and it's so nice when you're like in sync. But it's a journey where you and your partner can actually come together. Reach that point together. But half the time we're like in a hurry, or you're looking at him and but if you communicate properly through that journey or through that activity or that sexual activity, when it's happening, it's a wonderful thing, but there's always something to discover. But you need to allow yourself to. You don't need to judge yourself, because sometimes even when you touch yourself, I mean, we grew up as young girls that it's a no-no to touch yourself down there, except when you're bathing.
Yeah.
You know, men are so comfortable with their sexuality and their genitals, because when they wake up, they handle it. I don't know how many times they touch their genitals in a day. They're forever touching themselves, you know.
It's the cameraman.
And then with us women, we don't touch ourselves. And I say, look at yourself in the mirror. Look at those labias. Touch them. Feel them. Love them so much that even when the next person handles them, they better handle them with care. Honey, you only have one clitoris. You better look after it.
Oh, this is what Bonza has to say. This is so interesting. She is refilling her cup of coffee. So she's got coffee on coffee. So when we come back, we're going to talk about maybe like the first 2 steps you take when you're with the client, you know.
Okay.
Like, what's the first thing you say to them? Like, what's the first step you take with them? Yeah, so that is what we are going to talk about. Her name is Jazmine, intimacy coach, right here on Utopia, only on transafricaradio.net. 1:45 of 4 p.m. Central African time it is. We have Jazmine in the studio. She's an intimacy coach. Shout out Bonzo and Boss Happy. Yeah, listening there, listening.
So let's just say the husband is going to be a happy man tonight.
Well, she has to be happy as well. You know, they both have to be happy. So Jazmine is in the studio. +27792544329. Any questions you have for her, do send me a WhatsApp or hit me up on Twitter as well. At Kea Ncube is my Twitter handle, and of course at TransAfrica872 is ours. So Jazmine, as an intimacy coach, I come to you. Yeah. As Kea, I come to you. I need some coaching to get one with myself. What is the first step that you and I take together?
Okay. So, let's just bottom line something first. Intimacy coaching is not about fixing or finding out what the problem is. Okay, but rather it's about inspiring and guiding you into your discovering yourself intimately. So, and like I said, we hold you accountable. So, normally with what I do, we will host events, then I'll do my talk. From my talk, talking about certain products including bedroom accessories and so forth. Women then will have ideas of where they kind of stand and understanding their whole body in terms of relationship wise. Like, okay, I'm in a new relationship. This is why I'm behaving in a certain way. I've been in a relationship for 2 years. This is where I'm finding myself, or my body is behaving this way. I've been in a relationship for 10 years. This is why I'm behaving in a certain way. Once you understand where you are at, then you come to me and say, okay, Jazz, this is where I'm at in terms of my sexuality, and my body is functioning this way or is behaving this way. Then we will go back a little bit and I'll ask you, what is it that you want to discover? Do you want more in touch with yourself? Because sometimes you find people that are already quite confident in their sexuality and intimacy. Others, for instance, I had a lady who was saying that the husband was complaining that he's going to end up going outside because it's boring, you know, and they've tried to do certain things and she's not comfortable, or she's still rigid and things like that. And only to find that, one, she was still a virgin when she met the husband. So she has learned everything through the husband. And she was thinking, okay, should I get porn and things like that? I'm like, but porn is not here. And the people are acting. So that's going to make things worse. First of all, let's just step back a little bit. How comfortable are you with your body? Do you know what your needs are? Or is it just what your husband has taught you? Okay, meaning you just flow with your husband's flow, basically. So we had to now go back to, let us start with you looking yourself in the mirror and touch your breasts, you know?
Find out what turns you on. And even with your partner, have him explore your whole body. And let's just, before intercourse, sometimes we think sexuality or intimacy is intercourse. You can actually, it doesn't have to always end in intercourse. But first, start off with yourself. Touch yourself. Enjoy being in tune with yourself. And trust me, once you get to that place of being so comfortable with touching yourself and that you even reach an orgasm, it empowers you as a person. And laugh at yourself. I mean, sex is fun and it's funny. Laugh at yourself.
Yeah.
Okay? That way it's going to be easy for you to now take it over to the next person. So I'll start first with you. Mm-hmm. Let's start there. Let's enjoy just touching yourself. Be erotic with yourself. Love yourself. Okay, have that intimacy with yourself, because God gave us all the senses for us to enjoy. Explore all of them. Okay, then I'll give you some of the products, and I'll say, okay, try this one. Okay, go on a journey of just being intimate with yourself, and your partner must know. Okay, your partner must know that you do self-pleasure yourself, and it's part of just discovering yourself. And to the point of you can actually even do it in front of him. You need to get there. Yeah. And then from there, that's where now we can bring in your partner and say, oh, okay, your partner is here. So it goes from one person to another person. So depending on where you are. I was just telling you another story of a woman who said, I've never really... And she wanted to buy a vibrator, and I told her, no, why do you want a vibrator? It's like, because I just want to experience it, and I've never really climaxed by myself. I'm just thinking of getting there. And I told her, you know what, go and masturbate. Once you can get that right, then we can bring in a vibrator. Mm-hmm. Okay, because a vibrator is something external. If you've never used a vibrator before, honey, it's going to be so difficult for you to just jump into something foreign and using it on your body.
Yeah.
Or you find your partner now who's going to bring a vibrator, and you've never used a vibrator before, and you're a bit uncomfortable. And because we don't talk, you just keep quiet and pretend like everything is okay. Start with yourself first, and then you can upgrade to using anything else. And there's also meditations. There's food that you can eat. Other people, they'll say their libido is done. You know, as women, we can literally go for a week without wanting sex, or you just don't feel like having sex. And your body kind of works for you, because remember, when you're about to go on your periods, or during, or just after, that's where you are a bit heightened, because your body's like, give me sperm, you know, so you're like the horniest. So I always tell my clients, when you are in that position or at that stage,
make it count.
Yeah.
Make it count so
Use it.
much. Because after that, it kind of goes down a little bit. And then now you have to put in effort. In terms of now with your partner or by yourself. But it's like, riding a bicycle. The more you do it, the more you get it right.
Yeah.
Okay?
And the more enjoyable it's going to be.
And
and the more you're going to want to do it.
Thank you. And with the clitoris, I always say, use it or lose it.
Why lose it though?
Because remember, it's nerves that are there and they need to be stimulated on a regular. If you find like a person who has sex or intimacy on a regular, they are much more sexually active. They become more alive and they want more of it. If you don't have it, you don't look forward to it. Your senses kind of like die down a little bit. So there's certain exercises that you can do, some meditation, some food that you can eat. There's another conversation for another day. But yeah, getting back to your question, it is all tailor-made.
Yeah.
Of where you are as a person in terms of your sexuality. Sex in the mind. What do you think about sex? Where are you at? Then we can take it from there in terms of the program that we can put you on or the products that we can actually give you.
Have you had any men come to you for intimacy coaching?
They do ask questions.
Yeah.
They do ask questions. But they are more related to the women. Like, why are women like this?
Instead of asking about themselves.
No, they'll ask about you. Like, why are women are the women like this? Why especially the married man, like, I don't understand. We used to do this, and then now you women, you don't want to do this anymore, and which is understandable, because once you've seen a person naked for a couple of times, you kind of,
Yeah.
There's no surprises anymore. But it just means also that the relationship is a bit deeper.
Yeah.
And
it's more than just the physical.
It's more than just the physical. But don't ever lose the fire. Keep playing, and we stop playing once you in that stage. People stop playing with each other. They stop laughing at them. So I always say, if you find yourself having sex or intimacy, and you don't find situations where you're laughing yourself and you're just being ridiculous. Those positions that you try and they're just not working. Just laugh at yourself. Laugh it off.
Yeah.
Don't take it too seriously. But people don't allow themselves to get there where you can just be silly and do silly things with your partner. Sometimes put food on yourself. Have him not use his hands and just eat it off you. Just make sure that it's not hot. It's gonna burn you.
You're getting some ideas now, Trans-Africa.
And it's not difficult to even seduce your partner. Get creative with that. And normally people who are creative, there's nobody who's so creative like a virgin.
Really?
Yes. Virgins
that took me a while.
Are keeping themselves for marriage. They are so creative in terms of, we're gonna do everything else but intercourse.
Okay.
You see? So imagine yourself being a virgin and say, I want to get there but no intercourse.
Yeah.
You can be so creative, but you have to be very comfortable with your body.
With your body as well.
First, before you can allow the next person go and have their way with your body.
Okay, right after this, we're just going to wrap it up. Guys, like, if only like an hour was two in life, If only. Okay, yeah. Okay, we come back in just a few to wrap it up with Jazmine on this Thursday afternoon. You have to come back, girl.
I'm happy for them when they get there.
Yeah.
When they get there. Remember I was telling you about the story of a woman who never climaxed and what. And when she called me, I think it was already after 11 o'clock at night, almost 12. And she was screaming and she was so excited, like, oh my God, yes, I just came. And she did it all by herself. So for me, it was 11 o'clock. So I mean, really, but I was very happy for her, you know. Or when a client comes back to me and she says, "Oh my word, Jazz, you literally have brought a new, spark in our marriage." My husband says, "Oh, you know what?
Yeah,
we like teenagers again because we just all up in there." So that really excites me when they get there. I don't know if you get me, but when they get there. I get you. So, like I said, it's a journey. Yeah. It's an adventure. And there's never really getting there, but you get there.
Yeah.
Because there's always something new. But you have to be open-minded to it. Women or even a couple that will say or call me, where somebody will say, I mean, I sometimes will get a man who will call me and be like, geez, Miss Jazz, I don't understand why you don't do more workshops, because you really have saved us. Or they'll get me referrals like, okay, go talk to Miss Jazz. So that really, really fulfills me. And that's my biggest achievement, when a woman says, oh my word, I literally allowed myself, and this is how it made me feel. Because it's an injustice if a woman, they close and box themselves up. They're really missing out on a lot. They are really, really missing out on a lot. I mean, it goes back to the question that we just had now, where somebody was like, but I'm already enough. Why do we need to bring a toy into the bedroom? It's not there to replace you, but to enhance the relationship. But you will not know how far you can go with it unless you try.
Yeah.
You see? So it's all about allow yourself, give yourself permission.
Okay, wow.
To go on that journey.
That's the way to close it off. For today, you definitely need to come back. Getting lots of response.
That's good.
Yes.
That's good.
Saying, yes, learned so much in these couple of minutes.
I'm
in
glad.
just these
I'm
45
glad.
minutes.
I'm glad.
Look, we have to unpack a whole lot of things.
Yeah, there's a lot.
There's so much to unpack. So definitely, Jazz, you need to come back. How can we get in contact with you?
You can find us #FierceMore, and then on email is Jazmine at fiercemore.co.za, or you can contact us via our PR guy, which is Kutla. PR is known by Nusi. And then on Instagram, I am, what do you call this thing?
Jazmine. Jazmine Fierce.
Jazmine.
She forgot her own name.
No, because, there's a lot of things flying in my head. I mean, we're talking about sex. Talking out loud. And you can, my Instagram handle is Jazmine at FierceMore.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you so much for coming through today. Definitely going to organize another day for you to come through.
Maybe next time I'll bring chains and whips and
oh, yes, girl, yes.
So that we can impact them a little bit. Somebody's running away. Come back. That is
Jazmine, intimacy coach, sexpert as well. Like I said, she's going to come back because in this little bit of time, we've actually learned so much here. So thank you to her for coming through. Like she said, that is all the information that you can get to book her. And thank you so much for coming through.
You're welcome.
Let's get in touch with ourselves. Let us be intimate with ourselves.
Yes. Be you.
This is Trans Africa Radio.